Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today we got some brand new details, some new leaks, some new rumors on our next major update coming to Black Ops 6 and Warzone. Of course, that is Season 2 here, set for January 28th. We also got some more long-term update details as well for Call of Duty as a whole, just as a general title, but then also some more specific Black Ops 6 content as well. The first bit of big news, though, as I just mentioned, is for Call of Duty as a whole. Long-term stuff here, because earlier on today you might have seen Nintendo just revealed their brand new console, the Nintendo Switch 2. And Charlie Intel ends up reporting on this. Go ahead and move the face cam here. Says, as a reminder, Microsoft, when they took over Activision Blizzard King, signed a 10-year deal with Nintendo for Call of Duty to release on Nintendo consoles. This is something that obviously has not happened in a long time. I think like way back when there was like Black Ops Declassified on the Nintendo DS, I'm pretty sure. Beyond that, I can't, at least off the top of my head, think of another COD title on Nintendo, at least more recent than that. But hasn't been a thing for some time. Everyone's always asked, is that ever a possibility? Now that the Switch is out, the Switch 2 has now been revealed. So Charlie Intel says we should be getting our first Call of Duty on the Nintendo Switch 2 this year, since obviously the Switch 2 is dropping in 2025. Looks a lot like the Switch 1, so I might switch from my Nintendo Switch 1 to my Switch 2, but then if I place them next to each other, I might not know which Switch is which. I had to say it. There's a lot of the same words. Anyways, that's coming out this year. As mentioned, this is the press release that Microsoft put out a while ago, saying Microsoft and Nintendo have negotiated and signed a binding 10-year legal agreement to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo players the same day as Xbox, with full feature and content parity, so they can experience Call of Duty just as Xbox and PlayStation gamers can enjoy that. So to clarify, I was also asked in the comments here, would this mean COD Mobile is coming to the Switch? Is Warzone Mobile going to be on the Switch? Since obviously there's definitely a difference between an Xbox or a PS5 and then what the Switch is, right? In terms of capabilities, in terms of performance and everything. You oftentimes think of Switch as like, an upgrade to the mobile experience, at least in some cases, right? But Charlie Intel then does reiterate, Microsoft stated that the 10-year deal is to bring the same Call of Duty that releases on Xbox and PC and PlayStation to Nintendo. So it's going to be the exact same title, the exact same updates, the same release dates, everything like that. So full-on Call of Duty is coming to Nintendo, presumably once the Switch 2 releases. So this means as early as COD 2025, rumored to be Black Ops 7 or that Black Ops 2 remaster. We'll be covering different leaks and rumors for that at some point here in the next couple of days, but that could be dropping on the Nintendo Switch 2, which means that'll get the same updates, like, when we see random patch notes go out, title updates, new seasons, all that, you could then end up playing on your Switch as well, which would seem pretty cool. I would definitely be interested in seeing the performance differences, with cross-play enabled, when a Switch player is going up against someone on PC with like a kitted out rig, 5090, whatever in there, right? Versus a console, and what it would be like playing on a TV versus the actual handheld version and whatnot. But nonetheless, really cool to hear that Call of Duty's availability is about to grow even more, it seems like, with the launch of the Switch 2. But now focusing a bit more specifically on Black Ops 6 and Warzone content for Season 2 and beyond, you may recall that just yesterday we ended up seeing the 115-day announcement and reveal, talking about various things, showed off the new Zombies map coming in Season 2, The Tomb, and in it they gave us a couple of teasers, and now we have a bit more clarification and a few more details to base some of these teasers off of. For one, they did mention this little tidbit in this paragraph here, saying, what if we told you one of the most iconic SMGs in Zombies history was coming along with Season 2 and the Tomb map update? And so right away, a lot of people defaulted to, it's got to be the MP40. Literally in my video yesterday covering this, I read that and I was like instantaneously thinking, Zombies, iconic SMG, MP40. But according to the game files, it might not be that. There's a chance it still could, because game files are always code names at the end of the day, but some leakers and some data miners have mentioned that there is one SMG in the files right now that has a code name that doesn't necessarily line up with the MP40, but in theory could line up with a different iconic SMG. So Alex here on Twitter says the TM P41 Perth is in the files. Now, P41 can sometimes be the name of a gun, like that's typically where we'll see like the code name for it. And while this could just be simple code name, random placeholder text, P41, an SMG that has a P in its name and 41. PPSH 41. Obviously an iconic SMG as well that's been in several Black Ops titles, several COD titles of course. Hearth here, I'm not too sure what that could indicate, but it's the upcoming SMG codename. We could have a situation where yes, while the MP40 is a classic and an iconic SMG, we might have been thinking about the wrong classic and iconic SMG. Very possible that the PPSH is actually what could be returning here in Season 2. We will get official details on exactly what weapon updates and what new weapons will be coming with Season 2 at some time next week. They did mention a new blog is inbound, so of course as we get full-on official reveals or other leaks and announcements and stuff like that, you guys know I'm gonna keep you in the know for everything going on in COD on a daily basis. So feel free to hit that subscribe button, join us on the road to 1 million, and also while you're at it, if you enjoyed this video, a like rating is always seriously appreciated as well. Really does help the channel grow and share the video around. In addition to that, Alex also says the perk coming with Season 2 in the tomb should be depth perception, as it's the only one listed that's not in the game currently. So out of all the data mines and all the leaks that have been updated for Black Ops 6 so far, the only zombies perk mentioned in the files is depth perception, and Treyarch also actually kind of teased this as well. In that same 115 day blog, they featured a bunch of community posts sort of celebrating zombies, and in this one in specific, this Twitter user screenshotted all their Perk-a-Cola cans, and Treyarch put the caption, hell of a perk collection, could our next Perk-a-Cola be somewhere in this photo? So they're kind of teasing that one of the next Perk-a-Colas is in this picture. Obviously several of these we already have in the game, one of them we don't. Depth perception right there in the image, so certainly possible, at least based off the data mined info and now this slight teaser from Treyarch as well. Another interesting thing that surfaced for Season 2 content, you may recall that recently Treyarch has talked about how every season they want to do some classic remastered maps from previous Call of Duty titles, while the majority of the new maps for multiplayer will be original maps designed for Black Ops 6. There will be several remasters coming, and Merc Music, shout out him, great creator, highly recommend. He ended up posting this, which actually lines up very nicely. He says, prediction, Black Ops 6 Season 2 is going to bring back Courtyard from World at War, dig from BO2 as well, to multiplayer. Treyarch said in that same 115 day blog post, as a reminder, every zombies map in Black Ops 6 is an original location built from the ground up for that mode, but that doesn't mean we can't enjoy a wink and a nod here and there, sort of teasing that there will be other classic and nostalgic based things on the map itself. And on Avalon, if you were to go through the map and fly around as we have in previous videos, you'll find the general layout of the tomb is positioned right next to the courtyard area that's on Avalon from World at War. So you could imagine maybe these two things actually connect for the tomb map through like some tunnels or something. Maybe there's like a bit of a walkway underneath the map there. So certainly possible that this is actually lining up very nicely. Great spot for Merc Music, because this does line up a lot with both the narrative that many remasters are going to be returning, but then also it would actually tie in from the lore perspective of the game as well, and be cool to have Courtyard and multiplayer, but then also in zombies at the same time as a part of the same seasonal update. And then to close things out, we have one more slightly long-term new leak or rumor that surfaced via the Ghost of Hope, talking about how there was a lot of speculation that maybe Treyarch was moving up the tomb map to release with Season 2 because they needed something to keep players entertained and sort of distract from the state of the game. But it turns out, it seems like they just have a lot of content planned this year, because initially we did have leaks saying there would just be 4 new maps that drop for zombies this year throughout the random seasons. Might be Season 1 and then 2.5 and then maybe 4 and then maybe 5.5 or something, right? We didn't really know, but that was the original leak that surfaced. 4 maps in year in the seasons for Black Ops 6 Zombies. Hope ends up saying there's more than 2 left, so we have at least 3 at minimum new maps supposedly, reportedly coming to Black Ops 6. That's all I can say. I'm not allowed to speak further on it, but that said, that does indicate that we're gonna have at least 3 more maps minimum coming to Black Ops 6 Zombies throughout Season 3, 4, 5, and 6. So ideally, lines up for a great year for zombies content. I've said it before, I feel like zombies is kind of the bright spot in Black Ops 6 right now, where multiplayer and Warzone are really struggling. Zombies is getting a lot of very solid updates and does seem to be working as intended for the most part as well. But that being said, that is going to wrap things up for this one. If you guys enjoyed the video, a like would be seriously appreciated, as I mentioned earlier. And if you're new to the channel, you want to guarantee you're always up to date with everything going on in COD, feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.